everybody, and welcome to, well, this is going to 100% be episode 5, so welcome to episode 5 of Digimon Battle Evolution. As you can see, I've changed my layout a little bit, made it a bit more fancy. As you can see, the title of the video is actually in the video now. Today we are going to do just a deck construction. So I'm just going to walk you through steps on how I do deck construction, what I do with it, how I do it, and what I kind of look for when I'm building decks. Because, as you've seen from the gameplay videos before this, I build decks differently. Like, I have a set idea how I build decks, but I build every deck different than most people. So, that's all we're doing this episode, is just I'm going to teach you how I do deck construction, and probably build a deck for you right away. So the focus cards, obviously there aren't any right now, because, well, I mean, I don't know what deck I'm going to make. I'm just going to give you an idea, though, of the amount of decks I have. That's hidden? That's cool. So, these are all my decks right now. So far, you've seen Not the Bees, Metal Dinosaurs, and Chimera V2. Well, you sort of saw it. I plan to revamp the deck a little bit and make it a bit faster. And change the formula of it so that it's different, because now I know how the recycle mechanic works completely in the game, so I will be editing Chimera V2 later. So there'll be another video on that. There'll be more videos on all the decks in the future. But this is my current lineup of decks. There's 12. The person I've been versing, Red Zero X, link in the description to his channel, he only has 3. So he's asked me to help him with his deck construction, which I think he talks about that in his video right before his outro. I signed off my video before then, so you didn't get to see that, unfortunately. I would have won that game too, but, you know, I ran out of time. Happens, right? Dentists. Anyway, so yeah. I have experience deck building. I play Card Battle, obviously. Still got the Let's Play going on. I will start that up eventually. More information on that in the next upcoming Dusk video, discussing the future of the game, because my schedule's probably going to change immediately come this upcoming week. Like, the first 2 days of it, normal as usual. After that, I don't know. So yeah, so this is what my deck list is right now. There's like 4 decks in here that are all really gimmicky, and I'm still trying them out, seeing what I can do with them. So right now, I don't want to show anything until I've put it in a video, make sure that the gimmick works or doesn't work. Because it's always fun to get your gimmick crushed and then realize, oh wait, I'm an idiot. Or it's fun to watch it's even better to watch your gimmick just succeed, and you're like, yeah! Obviously Red Zero had the opposite occur to him, and he got eye crushed. Okay, so, deck building. Where you want to start is very interesting, because it's not like other card games. Usually in card games, you want to start with an archetype of some kind, or some basis to go off of, like, let's go with Yu-Gi-Oh! For a second. Heck, actually, let's go with the original Card Battle. That's better comparison. If I go with the original Card Battle, what you would want to do is you'd want to look at the rookies and the champions, kind of together. Figure out which type is your favorite, figure out which one would help you the most, how much damage you need to do, how much survivability you have, and then you go from there. But in this case, you don't want to look at them first. You want to look at your Mega first. If you don't want to play a Mega, then you want to look at your best Ultimate first. That's the key to this deck. neither game looked at the option or Digivolution cards, really, but this game requires you look at the highest tier of evolution to figure out how can I get there if I need to get there, because that happens a lot. So actually, I do actually want to show you the two decks that I have here. The Metal Dinosaurs, which you've seen, and the deck I built yesterday. Yeah, I did not want to do that. I'm sad now. 1 second, let me just respawn that. I accidentally shuffled the deck. There's two different ways to shuffle cards in this game, and I do not like the other way. Okay, so both of these decks do the same thing. They just have different ways of getting. So both decks have a Toy Agumon as their partner. Both decks are designed to get out Chaosdrum. Both decks get there through entirely different means. What do I mean? Alright, let's look at Metal Dinosaur since you've seen it. You know that Chaosdramon, at least from the card of the day, I need to scroll in a little. Perfection. You know that for me, I'm going to move over as well. You know that for me to get out Chaosdramon, I not only need 60 DP, I also need to use Metal Greymon or Metal Tyrannomon. So this deck is based around you see that? Yeah, I can't change that. It's based around Metal Tyrannomon and Metal Greymon. You can't really see that. Sorry. So then you look at their comparisons. So their Evo bonuses are DP minus 10, draw 2, and gain 60 health. Alright, so Metal Greymon's isn't that great. Metal Tyrannomon's is pretty good. Drawing 2 is nice. So then you look at what their Digivolution routes are similar with. Greymon, Tyrannomon, Tankmon, Clockmon, alright. What about Metal Greymon? Greymon, Meramon, Airjamon, Vidramon. Oh, Greymon's a similar card. Okay, well, let's use Greymon. Well, there's two of them. Let's use both as the champion. Oh, and this deck went through a change since the video, so I'm not going to cover the changes until I remake the video. I'm just going over an example deck. And then we look at Greymon, whose evolutions are from Agumon, Ryudamon, and Toyagumon. The other Greymon are from Hackmon, Agurumon, Toyagumon, and Commandramon. Oh, we have a Toyagumon line here. Alright, let's use Toyagumon as the one of the rookies. Now, a lot of people would probably then go, well, play both of them. No. Not always. If it's something like Commandramon, as an example, you might do that, which I'll get to in a second. But in this scenario, you won't do that. And then we got Hackmon, who digivolves from Greymon, so that's a synergy, but he's more in here for DP. Same with these guys north. Yeah. So that's the Digimon. They're focused on a mechanic I've come up with. In this case, it's using the Greymon lines to get to Chaosdrum, with option cards that now support this completely. The difference, this deck, exact same thing, get out Chaosdramon. However, partner cards, different. In the Greymon, the Metal Dinosaurs deck, I use both Greymons. This is correct. They are the champions I need to digivolve from, therefore it makes sense that I should play Toyagumon as a partner. he can digivolve into both the Greymons. Therefore, you can very easily stuff. Thud. Sorry about the noise. Whereas with this one, it's a little different. I still have one of the Greymons, but I've replaced one of them with a Tankmon, and you'll notice I'm using the other Toyagumon. Here's why. In here, in this deck, I don't play Metal Greymon anymore. Instead, I play Tankdrum, which will show better here. His requirements are Sealsdramon or Tankmon, or I can DNA Digivolve to him with Tyrannomon and any Metal level C. So that means I want to play Sealsdramon and Tankmon. Alright, that's easy enough. Play Sealsdramon and Tankmon. Synergy with Metal Tyrannomon, he needs Tankmon, but no synergy with Sealsdramon. Gotta fix this. Put the Tyrannomon in. That synergizes with this a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. Alright, now what do these Digivolve from? Solarmon, Commandramon, Hagurumon. Aight, what's Tankmon Digivolve from? Toyagumon, Commandramon, Toyagumon, Segmon. Oh! Commandramon? Commandramon? Yes. Unfortunately, Tyrannomon does not fit in here, but he's more of a DNA requirement. I don't ever actually expect to summon this. He's just here in case. So in this scenario, knowing that both my ultimates can use a partner to Digivolve from, my partner relates more to the split halves of my ultimates, hence the Greymon and the Tank. So the rookies then are both Commandramon, since I'm not using either of them as a partner, which covers most of my rookies. So as a bonus, I threw in 2 Guilmon to appease this, and it's a nice little surprise for any mirror match players, so to speak. And again, with option cards specifically catered toward, specifically in this case, summoning out Chaosdramon and abusing his effect. That's why this card is in here, and not in the other one. This card is in here for the Tankdramon. This is in here for Chaosdramon. See the differences? Trying to... They're the same idea. Get out this card. That's what they're trying to do. They just do it different. One tries to get him out as fast as possible while not dying. The other one wants to get him out but doesn't rely on the card. That's the key difference in play styles, so to speak. So when you watched my Not the Bees deck, I told you that there was a nice synergy between Wormmon and Fanbeemon. Well, there's a lot of those. So Wormmon and Fanbeemon happen to Digivolve through the exact same lines all the way up to Mega. That doesn't happen that much. Like, I think 2 other instances. But that's a different tale. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a deck. I'm going to walk you through making a deck. Now, as for the question of which deck I'm going to make a Nightmare deck. Because I don't have a very good one right now. And I'm still testing the other types. So until I've thoroughly tested those and I can start moving on to the Ruler type, I want to build a Nightmare deck. And having another deck that I want to try out against Red Zero later on will be helpful. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab the Nightmare pile. Put it out here, and then we'll move back into frame. There we go. Alright, so we have grabbed all the Digimon that relate to Nightmare. Now we look through. We ignore everything, we go straight to the Mega levels. So, We have to look at the Mega levels and decide, alright, what Mega am I going to play, if any? So we start scrolling through it. And I've noticed 2 Megas in particular that, well, actually 3, that I find particularly interesting and would like to try out. They are Boltmon, Neovamdemon, and Mastemon. Now, the problem with this, right, is I have 3 choices. So I have to pick. But I have this tendency to pick one, and then I start building it, and I'm like, oh wait, and I scrap it. I'll try not to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to try making the Boltmon deck, and I'm going to make the Mastemon deck off screen, and then I'll show you the differences. That way this video isn't horrendously long. Alright, so we're going to make a Boltmon deck. This over here. We're going to put him right there. Alright, so we look at him. DP -20 if you use Suromon, Neodevimon, Blue Marimon, Skull Marimon. I like Blue Marimon and Skull Marimon because they're Marimons. I like this. Alright, so we're going to look at Skull Marimon first. DP -20 and X gets Metal ×3 if I Digivolve from Marimon, Mushamon, or Starmon. Alright, what about Blue Marimon? Supports cannot be voided if Digivolve from Ice Devimon, Marimon, or Sorcerymon. We already have a little bit of a disconnect. Let's look at the other Digivolutions. Suromon or Neodevimon. Alright, so Neodevimon. Where's he at? Neodevimon. DP -20 if I Digivolve from Devimon or Bakumon. Well, that doesn't help me out too much, so let's not use him. Suromon is in the Enigma type. So you have crossover cards. So now we're looking here for a Suromon, wherever he's at. At least I think he's in. It's an ultimate, right? Yeah, right. Mushamon, Frigimon, Marimon. Alright, let's take him out. And then we'll go back into here. I saw some crossover there. Let's take out Skull Marimon as well. So if I assault on him to zoom in, Marimon, Mushamon, Starmon, Marimon, and Mushamon. Mushamon, Mud, Frigimon, Marimon. Aha! There's the trick. Marimon and Mushamon. Alright, so let's grab Marimon without even thinking about it. Just grab it. As for Mushamon, is he an Enigma? I'm gonna guess he's an Enigma. Let's find out. Mushamon, right there. Okay, now that we've got the champions that relate to these 2 cards, we're gonna look at them. First we'll start with Marimon. The X gets Metal ×3 if I Digivolve from Candlemon, Psychmon, Modiki Betamon, or Solarmon. Okay. He gives 20 DP, and he's 30 to summon, but these will all be 30, I believe, yes. Okay. So now, looking at this, support if opponent's type is any of those, own power triple if not, discard one. Not very relevant. Alright. Decent card, we'll use it. What about Mushamon? Draw until hand is 4, I like it. Odamon, Modiki Betamon, Psychmon, and Candlemon? We have a crossover. Both players use triangle if opponent's hand is 1. Fewer, opponent's hand is 0. Opponent's power is 0, not hand. I don't like Mushamon's very low health stat, although it's the same as Marimon's, so we can work with it. Alright, so we got Modiki Betamon, Candlemon, and Psychmon. Okay, they've got 3 different Digimon crossovers. I'm gonna put this here now. So, that works to my advantage. So first we will get the Candlemon. It's right there. Again, without looking at them, we see the names in the champions and we just want to grab them, all the corresponding elements that make up the two cards. Then we go back to here, and we want Psychmon, which I'm going to put there, and we want Modaki Betamon, which is right there. Alright, and now we are in the partner decision phase. We have 3 rookies. I don't need 3 rookies. It's cool. I don't need 3 rookies. So, you look at Candlemon. The opponent's type becomes that. Both players' power half draw 1. I want to keep that because 30 DP, and this works up the line for his support effect. What about Betamon here? Only 20 DP. Opponent trashes 2, draw 1. If own type is Enigma, opponent discards 1. Not very good. What about Psych? Opponent HP becomes same as own HP becomes same as opponent's change own type to Enigma, draw 1. I like this, but stats are lower than Betamon here in health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Betamon my partner and make Psychmon a main deck Digimon. So we're going to put Betamon up. Alright, we have established the main column of Digimon and the partner card. Now, obviously the champions for Betamon are going to be the 2 champions in the deck. I don't need to add any champions or anything. Which then leaves us with additional rookies. Because these rookies are fine. I'm going to have 8 of them, but that would be an 8-8-8 ratio. Which is good, but it can be risky. So how do we clear this? Well, the best way is to put in more cards that are going to act more as supports than as actual Digimon. So all of Digimon that Digivolve, aside from Boltmon, will be 30 DP. Boltmon is 50. So that means I want to put someone in that gives me 30 more DP. So that would mean I want a rookie that gives me 30 DP. Well, it just so happens that Chumon here, what about Kuragumon? Yeah, Chumon here gives me 30 DP. You can sort of see that. He also lets me shuffle my own hand into the deck, and I draw that many cards, +1. My opponent then trashes 1. This is a good effect. Here's the kicker. You're only playing this as an ultimatum, and whoops! If you absolutely must. The problem is he doesn't... Oh, I hit spacebar. The problem is he doesn't synergize too well with... Sorry, I gotta set this back up. Hold on. I am fixing the board. Perfect. Okay. Sorry. Spacebar makes you go back to the original camera angle. So the problem with Chumon is he doesn't work well with Marimon because he doesn't digivolve into him normally. So his other one is Solarmon. Let's look at Solarmon. 20. Opponent's HP becomes same as own. Own attack is half your first attack. See, this is a utility one. So instead of using it for DP, I would more want to use it against my opponent as a support. However, because I lack the ability to gain DP quickly at the moment, I am going to play 2 copies of Chumon. Here's the picture of him in case you need it. Yep, okay. So now that we've got all of the Digimon identified, I'm going to quickly copy the champions because they are the champions I wish to use. Mega. Sorry, with the rookie. Then I'm going to copy all of these 3 times. And we're going to stack it so there's 4 each. And then I'm going to copy the Digimon once. Came up here, stack it. Digimon will act as an extra bit of DP if I need it. Now that we've made the Digimon portion, we want to assemble the cards together. Like such. And like so. This just lets me know how many cards I have. Then I can delete the 2 deck stacks because we no longer require these. Now, the Digimon are in place. Now we require the option cards. The things that will help the deck survive to get 2 Boltmon. Because the main problem with Boltmon, as I said, is that he is 70 DP, but because of the 2 ultimates we've decided to use, he will only be 50. So I can't see that. He will only be 50. So, with that in mind, I need to get cards that will allow me to gain more DP or keep my ultimate alive longer. So we go over here. We have the option cards. We've got firewalls, we've got aces. We would grab data, but we don't have any megas that the data cards would work with, so we're just gonna leave those alone. We've got the proxies. Alright, move back over here. So first of all, we're gonna go on the proxy. We can have 1 proxy card. Our current card total is 30. You can have 50 cards. So, do I want a proxy? Yes. Which proxy? Probably the Digivolution card. Yeah. Matrix Evolve. The only Digivolution card that's a proxy card. Okay. That. There we go. 31 cards. We're done with the proxies. Delete the pile. Next, the ace. So, we have lots of different aces here. Since we don't have an evolution-based deck, it's not a good idea to play the Digivolution aces, because we don't have a reliable way of getting them. So our best bet is to play an ace that will assist us in combat. And the best one for that is Polymorphic Coat. For decks with lower health. The other one would be Golden Banana, but I personally feel terrible when I use Golden Banana. So, I refuse to use the card. Otherwise, it would probably work in this deck. So we're going to use Polymorphic Coat. This will allow us to play an option straight from our deck, be unvoidable, and draw extra cards, which will be very helpful. Firewalls. Now, there's a lot of firewalls you can play. I'm just going to play Death Evolution because it's my favorite one, and I hit spacebar again. And I just think it's superior. Just, in all honesty. I just do. I just think it is a superior card. Being able to stop evolution phase effects, evolution cards and whatnot is amazing. It's restrictive in that you can't be a higher level, but it's still really helpful, especially since it also avoids option cards. If it was just stop evolution phase effects, I don't know if I'd be as good with this card. But this stopping evolution cards is really good. So I'm gonna play 3 of it, like I do with every deck. That's not to say that and then stack this. That's not to say that the others are bad. They're not. Cherrymon's Mist is just a super void. Voids X attack effects. It voids everything your opponent supported from deck. They trash 3. It's a good card. So is this one. This one's like a weaker version of Cherrymon's Mist, but it can deck your opponent out faster. I don't understand this card, so I don't play it. Immortalize. It's like a Digivolution card thing. I don't. Card. And Magic Ward. You usually play one of it. You can't read it. But basically, it just allows you to be safe from Digimon option cards and just completely ignore the evolution box effects your opponent tries to play, and they can't use their data cards. But I personally think that Death Evolution is the best one. Alright, so we're at 4 option cards, which brings us to a total of 35 cards. Alright, so now we'll grab the evolution cards. This part is crucial. This will determine how often the deck can evolve, and if Mega will be possible 1 turn after an ultimate comes out. So we're almost guaranteed to Digivolve every turn in this deck. That's just from my own notice. Now if we go back into the Digimon here and search through it, we can see that Asuramon and Skullmeramon only give 10 DP, but their champions give 20. One of the rookies gives 20, and Candlemon gives 30, along with the Chumon I added. See, so if I put a Psychmon in my active zone, that sounds like so much sacrilege, it's ridiculous. Actual card battle, you never play Psychmon as an active Digimon. Regardless, play Psychmon. Put Candlemon in the DP zone, and you can Digivolve to Meramon or Suramon right away. No delay. Is that what? No, it wasn't a Suramon. Suramon's the ultimate. Mushamon. You can Digivolve to Mushamon right away. But there is that chance you get the other scenario going on, where you don't get that. But it's very unlikely. Like, the only time I would expect it to happen is if I draw 2 Psychmon. Then I'm in trouble. But that's rare. And to prevent this, we play cards like Matrix Evolve and Reckless Push. And for this deck, I'm actually going to play 1 copy of Digivice. Now I'm going to play 2 copies of the other 2. Copy. Actually, no. I don't need to play Digivice at all. I'm going to get the stack back, and I'm actually going to get Super Tag. I was thinking Digivice to save my DP, but then I was like, but Super Tag would do it for me. So what Super Tag does is it'll add 10 DP. Can't see that. It will add 10 DP to my DP zone. And when I evolve with DP, this goes away and nothing else. So playing 1 of it's not a bad idea, because let's say I get that scenario where I get 2 Psych and my champion. If I draw a Super Tag, no worries. Play the Psychmon in the active zone, put the Psychmon in the DP zone, play the Super Tag, gain 10 DP, move the Super Tag from the game, champion, I still have 20 DP. So then I only need to draw any of my Digimon to Digivolve to Ultimate, which is nice. This could also help me if, say, I have 20 DP and I'm on champion level, and I get this, so I play it, and then I Digivolve to Ultimate, banish this. Alright, now I only need 30 more DP, so I need to either draw Candlemon or Chumon. So this is very crucial. And Matrix Evolve is a really, really good card. The utility of it is amazing, because you can use it to Digivolve to Mega level. Because you can, let's say I had 30 in my DP and I had my ultimate out. I use that. I flip over, I get a 20 DP. Doesn't even matter who it is, just a 20. I can then put it there and then digivolve to... Ow, hold on, just bashed my finger into my chest. Sorry. Did I mention my laptop's on a chest and not a table right now? Yeah, I have a weird setup. It's odd. Anyway, so these are the Digimon cards I'm going to go with. I think they are the best option for this deck. You never want to go with more than like 7 evolution cards, because then you might draw them instead of the actual Digimon you need to digivolve into. Okay, so now we've added those 5 cards, we are at 40. That gives us room for 10 option cards. Now there's a lot of option cards you can play with, play around with, but the best ones, from my own experience, are the Mega Disc, Disrupt Ray, Metal Banana, scroll down here, the Lesson Plan, the Missile Pod, Black Gear, Training Manual, the Giga Cannon, Silver Mirror, and there's one more. Where is it? And the Golden Treasure. I think that's it. Oh, also the Mega Chip. Okay. I'm gonna delete this now. So, when you look at all of these, you can play 10. So we're not going to pick 10 one-ups. That's ridiculous. I grabbed all these to kind of go over the different bonuses cards can give your deck and different disadvantages it can give it. You can't really see the Mega Chip. There we go. Okay, so, first of all, we don't want to play these 2 cards. They're too slow and clunky, and you need to keep this deck alive. So if you're searching for your Digimon, they're not going to help you too much, unless you're banking on surviving the turn you use it. So it's too risky for a deck like this. But definitely a viable option, especially with Golden Treasure. Golden Treasure will allow you to search literally everything in this deck. Just keep that in mind. Not a bad card. Then we've got the attack increasing cards. Giga Cannon, Missile Pod, and Mega Chip. Mega Chip is a static 600 for trashing 4. Giga Cannon is trash 6, own power, same as own HP. In this deck, our HP is pretty low until we hit ultimate level with Skull Marimon. So I think playing Giga Cannon is a waste of time. Missile Pod is good because it's just, if you discard your hand, you double your own power. I don't see anything wrong with that. And the less cards I have to trash, the better. Especially in this deck. Because if you looked at Suramon and Mushamon, they draw cards when I summon them in this deck. Which also means that Training Manual is useless. Because I'm already going to be drawing out Wazoo. Now, because I'm going to be digivolving a lot, I don't expect to be of lower level, so we get rid of the Black Gear. That leaves the Lesson Plan, the Disrupt Ray, the Mega Disc, and Missile Pod, and the Metal Banana, Metallic Banana. The Disrupt Ray is a very nice option card in this deck. Yeah, in any deck, really. Being able to change your opponent's attack completely screws their strategies up half the time. And depending on the timing, if you knew the timing of certain cards, you can anticipate an opponent, say, using a card that changed their attack to Circle, and then they gained 400 attack in Circle. Let's say theirs triggers first, yours triggers second, and then suddenly their attack is Triangle, because you picked the first effect, Circle the Triangle. So this is good. I play this in literally all my decks now. It's that good of a card. So we've established we're playing Disrupt Ray. Unknown how many copies. I like Lesson Plan, not as much as I did when I first read the card, but it's a good card. I don't expect to mulligan a lot in this deck either, so this card would definitely work. But the problem with it is it gets rid of both of your attack values. If your opponent saw this coming, they could easily use that turn to set up on you, such as using the 2 cards I deleted first, Golden Treasure and the Silver Mirror. So it's really risky to play this, but it could be worth it. You also never want to play this card on your turn. Ever! You want to play on your opponent's turn, because they get first attack. So you stop their first attack, you get your turn, and you're still alive. However, I have come to realize that Lesson Plan, in ideas like that, is inferior to the Metallic Banana. Because then, you can hit your opponent on their turn. Still, they go to 0, but you don't. The trade-off being your own HP is half. But since we have so little HP anyway, if it was a champion versus an ultimate fight, I'm going to not care about my health as much, because I know I'll die in 2 hits. So let's say I don't use the Metallic Banana on my turn, I get hit, I survive. Their turn comes around, I use the Metallic Banana, they don't have a way to stop or gain more attack, so I have what little health I have left, and I knock them out of the water. Or whatever I end up doing. So that's why I say, that's why I've started using the Metallic Banana over Lesson Plan. So that's staying. I'm keeping Mega Disc. Now, it trashes 6, which is risky in this deck, alright? It's risky, because trashing 6 cards in a deck that draws every turn, or, well, not every turn, but it draws a lot of cards really quickly, is really, really risky. But it's worth it, because I can keep myself alive. I wouldn't want to use this on my champions or rookies unless I had to, but using it on my ultimate or my mega could mean the death of my opponent. And I'm also going to play the Missile Pod, since I don't have that many options and I can play multiple. I can play 3 of all of those and still play Missile Pod, because I have room for 10. So I'm going to make this interesting ratio where I'm going to play 2 Disrupt Rays, 3 Metallic Bananas, 2 copies of Mega Disc, and 2 copies of Missile Pod. Now, if you'll notice, that's not enough cards, that's only 9. Yes, we are definitely at 40 cards. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy the DP card. That's not what I want. I'm going to copy the Super Tag. I'm going to play 2 of it instead. Now that we have that done, we assemble the option cards. Stack the option cards, stack the Digimon cards, and we've completed the Boltmon deck. I hit spacebar again. My apologies once again. So, now that we have the deck built, we name it. And we get a bag for it, so that we don't lose it. This is indeed 50 cards. Stack that back up. We're gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna spawn the bag. And now we are gonna color the bag, so that I know the color coding of it. I'm gonna make this orange color. And then I'm gonna name it. And I'm gonna name it, What's a good name for this deck? It's a Boltmon based deck using the Marimon line and the Asuramon line. Let's call it Eruption. I like that name. We'll call this Eruption. And now we put the deck in first. Betamon in. And we save it. Now whenever I need it, there you go, right there. Wow, this is long. Alright, I'm gonna make the Mastemon deck off screen and I'll show it in the video later on when I get the chance to. Probably it'll be in the next video, to be honest, because I kind of like the idea of using Lady Devimon and Anjumon in the same deck. Is that even a card right now? I'll have to double check. Yeah, so that was deck construction. I have no idea how thorough I was in it. I hope I was being thorough enough. But anyway, that's going to do it for this part. If you've enjoyed, please let me know in the comments. If something was wrong, also let me know in the comments. I would like to do this more often. Teach people how to deck construct and whatnot so that when I get new opponents, it's just boom, we're ready to go, face off, no problems. Because Red Zero's having a big problem with deck construction, so I have to help him out with that. So I thought that in the future, when he needed help with it, he could come back to this video and look at it. Yeah. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. If you have, if you've enjoyed this episode, like I said, go in the comments down below and make sure you tell me what I did wrong, what I did right, what I need to do in the future for videos like these. And I will, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.